One for the money, honey. Two for the show, party people. In the place to be. What's going on? It's me. What kind of day has it been? I just got my taxes done. And as a single guy with no kids and no house and no mortgage, this is the worst time of year for me because the government sees fit to penalize me for the fact that I know how to use contraceptives. You see? I am in such an adversarial mood. This is the perfect time to film something. So here we go. There are a few things in my watch later list I'm going to try to knock out early tonight so I can knock out early tonight. So here we go. We're going to start with what could possibly be the most adversarial of the series. We're going to go with girls talk about dating deal breakers. That's where we're going to go. Dating deal breakers, yes. There is nothing that could get me charged up any more than I already am, possibly, other than any new Ghostbusters news, than talking about dating. And I've avoided talking about dating on this channel, really mostly because there really hasn't been anything that's come up on that subject. Well, here we go. From BuzzFeed Yellow, girls talk about dating deal breakers, and that video starts right now.
Allison has the most deal breakers of anyone I've ever met. Gabby has none, and that's a problem.
For a long time, I was like, Tinder's great.
Tinder is hell on earth, where all your hopes go to die.
Talking about your ex too much, 30 seconds, fine, but if you keep talking about it, it's like, I'm your date, not your therapist.
Guys who chew with their mouths open.
Oh,
this one's
so
horrible.
All right.
I had an ex-boyfriend who I would consistently be eating, and I'd be like, please shut your mouth.
If you text during the date, nope.
Rude. Brush your teeth at least twice a day. If you don't do this, you are gross.
No smoking.
If I wanted to make out with a cigarette or chimney,
These are the deal breakers, aren't these things that
If I don't kill you first,
that
that'll kill you.
are fairly common anyway?
I can't even do it because I would never do that.
I've never gotten why that's just like an okay thing for people to do.
Yeah.
Deal breaker, Crocs. Deal breaker, Ed Hardy. Deal breaker, looks like he drives a motorcycle, but doesn't.
Guys who wear those
Who still wears Ed Hardy?
pastel shorts really don't do it for me.
Who do they do it for?
Interesting guys. Could also describe as unstable.
I like a tall, rich guy. Nothing original about it, but it's been working for everyone for years.
Look, women love
At
stability.
least she's comfortable in her
We like
shallowness.
together. It's sexy.
Guys who have bad grammar.
This is what we're on tonight, by the way.
The wrong, like, your.
Oh
the
my
wrong
God.
to, the wrong wheres.
The wrong wears?
Some
people do that?
Oh, absolutely.
What
I'm
is
like-
wrong with everyone?
If you're against nicknames, I don't
She's an
want to
English
date you.
Nazi.
That's not fun.
This is why Sex and the City has like misled me so much. I thought that when I got older, guys would be like, hey Pop-Tart, how you doing? I'd be like, oh good, hi. But like no guys call you Pop-Tart. You need to call girls Pop-Tart.
We were told not to!
If you're a super talker, I talked it every now and
We
then.
were
We
told-
talked about everything.
I'm gonna come back to
They
that
sit
little
down
girl.
and, like, are immediately complaining about their long day, you know, or like they talk too much, because I need to talk too much. That's my thing. I don't like someone who needs me as their entire social life, who's constantly
Right.
checking in about what I'm up
Right.
to. I'm confused because I'm all those things.
I once dated a guy and I was like, he had so much time for me. And then I realized he had no friends.
He needs to have a social life because what happens when you go out with your girls?
You don't like it when women are obsessed with you,
Well,
but
yeah.
you like it when men are obsessed with you, and it's weird. Ladies are scary.
Guys like get too handsy, like they're just kind of like all over you.
So, you like grilled cheese?
Someone's a little too thirsty. Guys that don't get tested, they're probably hiding something.
Guys that are like very hyper masculine. Yeah, so I got a 9-inch dick. What you gonna do about
But
it?
what's too handsy?
Nothing.
I think people can come up with all kinds of deal breakers, and then when they meet someone, their pheromones take over, and it doesn't matter. I mean, honestly, we never follow the rules.
There's a lot of silly deal breakers.
Glad
but
she
I
just
feel
admitted
like
that. Alright, so
there's
3 things to
places
unpack.
compromise when you really like someone.
Grammar's not silly.
If you have any big significant disagreements about how you want your lives to play out, deal breaker. Unless you're willing to compromise, then you'll be miserable. Like the rest of us.
Alright, that was an interesting little video. Alright, so 3 things to unpack here in order that I remember them. The chick who wanted dudes to call her Pop-Tart. Listen, you have told us over the past few years not to call you nicknames. You understand? So what she's probably talking about in Sex and the City, I've never seen. I saw an episode of the show like 15 years ago, but I don't effing know. It was 03, so 12 years. Shit, 12 years ago. I don't remember anything about that episode. I'm imagining though that one of the characters is probably walking down the street and somebody called her Pop-Tart, and she liked that. The little chick liked that. Well, guess what? We have been told by chicks not to call you these nicknames. You told us you didn't want us to do that, and now you're saying that. See, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to dating. Fellas, you can ask women what they want, but take it with a grain of salt. Sometimes they'll say shit to sound better than what they actually want. Now, see, I think those other the other girls, and we're gonna get a little deep here because again, I'm slightly belligerent. This is my third rum and coke. All right, I think that the chick who wanted, and I've seen this before. By the way, I've seen this before. The women who are like that chick who wanted the guys to call her Pop-Tart, the women who are into that, who like that kind of flirtation and stuff, they tend to not be the most attractive chicks on the planet. And she was, if we're going to be brutally honest, she was probably the least attractive chick on the video, right? Now flip that and ask the other more attractive girls in the video, and guess what? They would probably say that they wouldn't like that. They would probably say that sounds sexist, blah, 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 blah. I think this is one of these dichotomies. When when the offer for sex is in such abundance for women, they don't want it. They don't want anything to do with it. They don't like the flirtation. They don't like any of that stuff unless it's on their terms when they want it, when they decide, okay, I'm going to stop saying no now. That chick probably doesn't have the flood of offers that the other chicks have. So she's probably what the kids call today thirsty. Like, that's a bad thing, because if you look at the actual term thirsty, like, thirsty is a thing that fucking happens to human beings. We all need some liquid in our mouths. That sounded wrong. But you know what I'm saying, right? It's fucked up how linguistics work and how common vernaculars come about. Anyway, something tells me she doesn't get it as often, so she likes that kind of flirtation. And so is the trick then to not be as forward with the hotter chicks because they get offers all the time, and to be more forward with the less attractive chicks because they're more into it? Is that the trick that I'm learning there? The second one was the chick, I don't know if this was in order, it probably wasn't, was the chick who was talking about how she, they don't always follow the rules. That's the fucking trick right there. Right? That's the fucking key right there, right? Is that they don't always follow the rules. See, this is exactly what I was talking about a couple seconds ago, when that you ask a woman what she wants, you take that with a grain of salt. It's almost like truth, lie. Right? You ever play that game, truth, lie? I'm gonna tell you two truths and a lie, and you're gonna have to guess which one is which. Well, truth, lie. Right? truth, lie. They watch, you can, there's something in what a woman like if you've ever perused the online dating sites and seen all the online profiles of women, guess what? They're bullshitting. Half of that shit they're talking about, they're bullshitting. They're not interested in that. They want to come, and I've asked women this before. I've asked women who I've dated and who I haven't dated, who dated friends of mine or whatever. And you know what? If they're being honest, if they're being real, they'll actually break. Like if there's no chance of sex, or if sex has already been on the table and you're already guaranteed it again, when the sex thing becomes a non-issue, then I think women get a little bit more real in that they've said, yeah, that's kind of bullshit. I wasn't like, yeah, oh, I said that on my profile, really? Well, I think I just said that so I wouldn't seem as shallow or whatever. And she just fucking said it. They don't always follow the rules that they set. Now, they set up the rules, but they don't always follow the rules. And I actually can't remember what the hell the other one was. Damn it, I'm going to actually have to go back and Oh, Too Handsy. Yes, that one. That one was the other one. Here's the thing about Too Handsy. You should know it. Shut up. No. What I'm talking about here is physical. Here's the thing about physical contact with women who you're going out on dates with, not just some random chicks on the street, but it's almost like they want you to read their mind. First of all, they have to be attracted enough to you. Is first and foremost, right? But they don't just come out and say they're attracted enough to you. There aren't necessarily any physical indications that they're attracted enough to you. It's hard to fucking read women because they refuse to just fucking come out and say shit or just fucking come out and do shit. So we kind of have to navigate through this fucking minefield and say, okay, I think I can touch her hand now. Oh, okay, I think she feel like, oh, she's laughed at a string of my jokes and she seems like she's comfortable. So maybe I do have carte blanche to maybe brush my, oh no, she pulled it back. I guess I'm wrong. And I'm going to get penalized for not being a good enough fucking mind reader. Fucking Karnak the Magnificent is going to get penalized because he got one wrong. Well, fuck me. And actually, no, don't fuck me. That's my penalty, is that she doesn't get to fuck me. Or she doesn't have to fuck me. I'm sorry. I don't get to fuck her. She doesn't have to fuck me. I fucking hate all this shit. I really do. I really fucking do. And I run into this shit with practically every fucking chick I fucking date. I swear to Christ. It almost always happens. There's always something. So, for the most part, these deal breakers are their basic stuff. You know, brushing your teeth. I think that's a generally basic human practice, right? Not talking about your ex for the majority of the date. That's perfectly fine. Yes, that's perfectly acceptable. Getting off your phone. That's perfectly acceptable. Matter of fact, there was this one nightmare date. I was double date with Kyle. Links down below, by the way. And he went out with this one chick, and she didn't want to leave her friend or something, or her roommate or something, so he tagged me along. So, roommate saw my picture and was like, oh yeah, no, okay, alright, fine. So, we go to the date. She doesn't get off her goddamn phone. This is in 2009, probably, so Facebook was a thing, but being on it mobile the entire time wasn't that big. You know, like, it wasn't like, you know what I mean? You could put your phone down every once in a while. Phones weren't, you could put the fucking thing down every once in a while. This bitch was on this fucking phone with pool hall. At the entire fucking time we went to the pool hall, we went to go get some pizza. The entire fucking time she was on her goddamn phone. She didn't even, it's almost like she barely looked in the direction of anything else having to do with anything else. Finally, as we were about, I had started joining their conversation. I had started joining Kyle and his date's conversation. And finally, near the end of the night, matter of fact, no, it wasn't going to be the end of the night. We had just finished eating some pizza, and we were just kind of chilling for a minute. It wasn't going to be the end of the night. I made it the end of the night. I made a joke, right, or something, and my date was like, huh, what? And I was like, oh, well, you know what I'm talking about if you put down the goddamn phone. I didn't flip, but I'm like, I just started roasting her. I started Comedy Central roasting her ass for being on the fucking phone. Oh, she's so offended. It's such a put your fucking phone down, or tell your friends time to leave. But put your fucking phone down. So yes, that's common knowledge. That's fine. These are most of those are just normal shit. I actually thought this was going to be a little bit wackier, but that's mostly normal shit. The nicknames, though, Sweetie Pie. You told us not to call you nicknames anymore. That's what you told us. Now, I still do it, but you told us not to do it anymore. I do it again, because I stopped doing it. It's like, fuck this. No, I'm not gonna censor myself for that bullshit. The being too handsy, you know how I nullify that shit? You touch me first. Got it? I'm sick of being the first one to do fucking everything. You're liberated, you're equal to me, fucking fine. You call me first, you message me first, you do it first. You reach down and nut up, ladies, and you do it first. You don't want me to touch you? I'm not gonna fucking touch you. Nope. We can go out and get some drinks, and I'll try to laugh, and I'll try to make you laugh and all that other stuff and have a good time. I'm not touching you. I'm not going in for shit. I'm not. I'm fucking not. Because you don't understand what it actually feels like to put your neck out, and there's a good chance that instead of you getting a fruit or a nibble of an apple from the tree, it's a fucking guillotine coming down on your neck. It's a weird analogy, but I'm a little tipsy. So just go with me. So no, I'm not doing that shit anymore. You heard me, party people. I'm not doing it. And the other thing, we don't follow the rules. Fellas, if you take anything away from this video, you take that away. They set the rules, but they don't follow them. So how does that change your strategy? And if you say it doesn't, it really should. That's it for me. On this one, there is a guys talk about deal breaker one, which we are about to get into quite shortly.